we're gonna get these things cleaned up for Warren up at Enduro Spec. Gonna drop them off tomorrow up in Parker, Colorado. Pretty excited about it, to be honest with you. It's time. Headed up to Parker, drop off the suspension. It's getting a full treatment. Can't wait, it's gonna be awesome. First off, thank you for sitting through that art project. Sometimes we get these things in our head, and you spend a little bit of time, and then you kind of just double down on it. And yeah, that's exactly what that was. That was an artistic, well, mistake, I guess. Anyway, so this suspension is indeed headed up to Enduro Spec up in Parker. Warren Healy is going to work his magic on it. Now, this is not just a revalve. It's a full-on cartridge swap. MX-Tech Enduro Spec conglomeration cartridge swap is going to be dope. So if you've ridden the Sachs suspension, it is it's pretty soft if you're going slow, but as soon as you pick up speed, it really becomes kind of a unpredictable. And it likes to, at speed, it for sure, I would say, deflects off of anything. It deflects off an idea, to be honest with you. And, it's pretty brutal. And, it's if you're like me, what can happen is that you get into a groove one day, right? And, you're just flowing, you're in that flow state. But you'll just smack a rock, and that rock could be just like any number of rocks that we've gone over in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 hours. It could be just like any other rock, and for whatever reason, this time the suspension's like, you know what, bro? It's time to fly. It's time to fly. And I'll tell you what, if you're like me, to be knocked out of your confidence zone like that is pretty tough. Well, it takes a long time for me to regroup. It can take several rides, to be honest with you, for me to regroup after just a bad deflection. And so anyway, thought, well, if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to do it right. But in turn, what that does, it forces me to keep the bike too. I actually love this bike a lot. There's no reason for me to upgrade. It's carbureted, it's got a kickstart, and you know what? I don't want to trade those things in yet. I really don't. The TPI's fine, I guess, but at the same time, I don't mind a carb, and I'll tell you what, it's simpler. It's a much, much more simple bike. If I don't want to be chasing electrical problems when it comes to fuel systems and such. So I'm just saying, that's me. I'm not saying TPI is bad, but while I can still have a carbureted bike, I'm going to go for it. Talking about winter projects, it's back in the almost 70s again. It was snowing the other day. Project still stands. So this is going to signify video 1 of the official 2017 300 Beta Double R Winter Spruce Up project. Winter is coming. Don't let this 70 degrees fool you. We got a lot to do on this bike. Now, it's a lot of nitnoid stuff that's not necessarily that exciting, but it does need to get done. We got general just grossness. Everything is just beat to shit. The closer you get to this bike, the more you're like, oh my God, bro. Like, for sure, relax a little bit on your crashing. Top end, this thing's got 200 hours on it. It's gonna get a top end. Hopefully the crank's good. Jiggle the rod, if you know what I'm saying. And make sure the main bearings are good. Just general cleanup. We got all kinds of busted bits on this thing. Maybe it's time for some new graphics. I don't know, man. And then I'm just gonna beat the bejesus out of this thing anyway. Ultimately, I just wanted to be comfortable on the trail. That's why we sent the suspension off to get reworked. That's the most important part. Probably shouldn't forget about these wheel bearings. These things are absolutely shot. You probably can't see this wiggling, but it does. And well, the rear ones seem to be good. Whatever, grease those bad boys up. We have links in this chain that are like stuck up like a TP because they're so rusted. Like, we got them all over this thing. This chain is thrashed. I've fried the brake fluid in these things so many damn times this year. It's definitely time to change the brake fluid in front and rear for sure. Definitely the rear. I love this bike. I don't want to get rid of it. I just want to keep it running. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow along. If you want to watch somebody spruce up a old ass 300RR, I'm going to be here for you. Anyway, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and ring the bell for notifications and all that. And happy holidays. They're coming. They're coming.